All right, welcome to Dirty South Racing, where they're taking to the high banks of Talladega tonight for 100 laps. The guys have been practicing out here for quite some time now, and we're watching them, and boy, I'm going to tell you what, these guys are really good here. I got joining me in the booth tonight, Mr. Ed Hewitt. Welcome, Ed. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Good, Rudy. How are you tonight? Man, we're going to have a good race here at Talladega tonight, Rudy. It's going to be an awesome race from Dirty South Racing here. Anybody wants to get out there and join Dirty South Racing, they'll go over their website, dirtysouth.racing.com. They'll hook you right up.
Absolutely. They do have the Race for Cash races, which is tonight here. And over and above that, they are paying $5 out to the halfway leader tonight. So this could be quite interesting here to see some of these drivers out here tonight going for the halfway leader.
Yeah, I think that's going to be awesome, Rudy, how they got that hooked up there for, you know, you want to win a little cash, man. That's where to be right there.
So Ed, you know most of these drivers out here tonight, and who would you take for a win here tonight? Who do you think may be able to pull this off?
I really, excuse me, boy, that's gonna be a really tough call, Rudy, to be honest with you. I mean, got a lot of good drivers out here. My thing is, Rudy, it's just who's going to be in the front, who's going to be in the back. Are you going to pick a driver from the back and pull himself up to the front and win this thing? I don't know. It's just kind of a tough call right now for me, Rudy. Let me think about that for a minute.
Sure thing.
Okay.
All right. Well, if I had to make a pick here, and I'm going to really go out there because I've been racing with him all day today, and I know what kind of a racer he is, I'm going to have to go with Sean Butler. I hate to do that to my Dirty South brothers, but I gotta really go for the guy that I've been racing with all day today and has showed so much muscle out on these super speedways today. So I'm gonna have to really pull for Sean Butler to win this tonight. The whole key is he's gonna have to find a partner, and this being his first night of racing with Dirty South, doesn't really know a lot of the guys. He knows a few of them. And but probably the ones that he does know already have partners. We're going to do a quick update of trading paints here. Make sure we got everybody's paints are going 3 wide. Whoa. Look at that. Wow, right up the middle, man, like a shotgun. Woohoo.
Just looking at the drivers list, Rudy, I mean, we got a lot of good drivers out here, Rudy. I'm just looking at this driver's list over and over and over, and who am I going to pick? You know, I know Mikey Earnhardt's good. Tim Marlowe's good. You got Lee Ridge out there. He's pretty good.
David Whiteside.
David Whiteside looking on the right side, looking on the left side.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I guess we won't be able to use that the rest of the night now because that's going to be old news.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, really. It's just going to be tough for me to pick a good driver out tonight. I think I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with Tim Marlowe tonight.
All right. Yeah, that's a good pick. Definitely a good pick. We seen him very strong last week, and I mean, what a racer! What a racer!
Not to put nothing none of these rest of these guys. I mean, I'm just a random pick. I mean, I could have picked any one of these guys, but I'm just looking for a driver to get. I mean, I see him go from the middle of the pack to the back of the pack and go up to the front of the pack. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's the kind of driver I'm looking to watch tonight. We'll see what happens, Rudy.
Absolutely, yeah. It could be a good pick. Like I said, we watched him last week run really well. Definitely a strong pick for tonight's race. All right, 100 laps here at Dega tonight, Ed. Kind of tell us a little bit here so the viewers kind of understand what 100 laps here at Dega is going to be like for these drivers.
Oh, it's going to be really tough. The biggest thing, Rudy, is who you're going to draft with. That's the biggest thing. Finding the right partner out there. If you lose your partner, I hope another guy's going to, in the back of you, will pick you up. If not, you're going to be way in the back of the field. And I'll tell you, it's really, really tough for you to get that pick back up. If you jump out of the draft, oh man, it's awful. I've been there. You've done that before. You're praying for a caution. It's just going to be really tough out there tonight for these guys. I mean, at 2.66 miles, it's a big track, Rudy. On Talladega, it's just especially huge track. Like I said, take care of the equipment. Take care of your tires, guys. You got to get a pit there. Maybe some of you guys will change the right side. Some guys change the left sides. 100 laps, just a long, long race. So I just say be easy out there. Like I said, watch where you're drafting in the turns. You can't draft in the turns. That means you need to draft up off their bumper and wait till you get on the straightaways and maybe bump there, really. But don't bump in the corner if you can't do it. And then, like I said, really, it's just going to be a tough trap. 100 laps, man. God bless you guys out there. I hope you have a good time out there and just take it easy.
Yeah, definitely a safe thing to say right there, Ed, for these guys to try to, if they're not a good drafter, not a good at pushing or something, just kind of taking easy in the turns and don't push in the turns. So that's a good point you said. Pit stops, kind of what my pet peeve is here. If we do have green flag pit stops, and we talk about this every week, Ed, too, that race can be won and lost on pit road. And if we have green flag pit stops and these guys slide through their pit stops and they've got to back up, could be very costly time-wise. You could go from a 13 or 13 and a half second pit stop to a 15 and a half to 16 second pit stop. Can cost you the race. That second and a half to 2 seconds is so crucial out on the track. That's a football field. You know, you're covering that much ground in 2 seconds.
Yeah, it sure is, Rudy. And like I always talk about, I mean, you got to find the right partner out there who you're going to draft with and get in the pits together and make sure you guys come out together. If you're, like I said, if you got one guy pitting with you and he's out of control and you could get a speeding ticket, you don't know what's going to happen. Some of these guys, I notice when you race at Talladega or Daytona, Rudy, you go in the pit with your partner, and what happens is you might get out before your partner. Do I let off the gas? Do I keep it full throttle? I mean, those are all the answers that your pit crew have to, talk with their pit crew and say, how are we going to work this out? You know what I mean? Are you going to wait for me? Are you going to lift off the gas? Sometimes these guys don't do that. They want to just full throttle and out I go, and then my partner's stuck in pit road, Rudy. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if you come in with that partner and he gets the speed, you know, gets nailed for speeding, yeah, it's going to cost the team, you know. And if your partner leaves without you, you're not going to do well. All right, well, looks like they're done here, Ed, with practice, and we're going to be moving on to qualifying.
Oh, awesome.
So getting this thing underway. 100 laps long, grueling for these guys to be turning out here tonight. But we're going to try to kind of stay tuned here and watch what's going on with qualifying. But again, glad you could join us here at Max Speed TV. Good to have you, all you Twitch viewers out there watching tonight. You can also catch our full schedule. We are going to be broadcasting 7 days a week starting tomorrow night. We are broadcasting for Black Flag Racing tomorrow night. Black Flag Sim Racing, let me get that correct. I want to make sure that my new customers are pronounced correctly. I do want to make sure. Sorry about that, guys. I see a few of the guys in here tonight running. Mark Maff at one of them, and there was another one, but I can't remember right offhand who it was. So, you know, it's kind of cool, Ed, that, you know, we do have that ability to... We follow these different leagues around, and, you know, guys bleed over into another league. You know, they race with other guys, and we're all friends, you know. And it's kind of like a... For a lack of a better way of putting it, because I can't really think of a better way of putting it, it's kind of like a clique almost, you know. You know, when you and I race together, Ed, we've raced together so many times. We know how each other races, and a lot. That's the way a lot of these guys feel. You know, they're in here and they race around each other a lot, so they go from league to league and they race with them same bunch of guys. You know, and it's kind of cool the way that all kind of comes around, you know. And we go from every night of the week, and I see some of the same guys in all the different leagues, you know, and it's really kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd always look at, you know, we always welcome to race the sim world. It just took off. I'm glad iRacing came out with this in this simulation. I remember way back in the NR 2003 sim world, which is great. Then I'm glad they pushed it up forward. It's just awesome. You can go race anywhere, and you got a good reputation. I mean, guys say, "Come on in, man. I know you're a good driver. You race clean," and that's what these teams are looking for. Rudy, you know, you take like Maximum Speed Racing. They're looking for a clean driver. They're not going to go up there and race a couple laps, Rudy, and say, "Man, well, I just got wrecked out. This is my 4th time I've been over there. I got wrecked out again."
Mm-hmm.
Those drivers, I'm not ever racing there. So they'll move on and look for a different spot to race, you know, wherever they can find to jump in. I mean, you got to find the right home and race, you know, all over the world. I mean, look at Rudy. There's tons and tons of leads out here, and to find the right place and get along with the, you know, your guys that you race around week after week. And that's how you get your name out there and stuff like that, really. So, yeah, it's just awesome that the iRacing pulled this off, and they got everything, all these sims back together and race online, and that's the best thing right now for everybody. I mean, pretty soon that's what you're going to see. You're not going to see any more hot rods on the track, or you'll be iRacing or something online.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, from what I'm understanding, Ed, there's a big update coming out Monday, I believe it is, and they said if not Monday, probably Tuesday. So it's going to be quite interesting to see all the new things that are coming about in iRacing here. So going to be very interesting, folks. So you're going to have to stay here and watch, and we're going to check out all the new things come next week together. We're going to be watching it right here on Max Speed TV. Lots of new things coming down the pike with iRacing, the new updates. They do update about every month, or, well, every couple of months they throw an update out there, and a different tire model, all kinds of different things that they throw out there for the guys. So, you know, it's they've got some track updates, they've got car updates, and packages where the cars may handle a little bit different. And, you know, it kind of keeps things in check and keeps people in check, having setups that are just so awesome. They just blow the field away. And, you know, it's kind of cool, the things that they do come up with. So, all right, well, we're running down here. Look like Mark Maffitt right now on the pole by 2 1/1000ths of a second. Man, what a lap, that 50.7. I watched him today in a race earlier today with a 50.7, and man, oh man, I'm telling you, I couldn't touch that. All right, so let's get down here to trackside. Go ahead, Ed.
Oh, I'm just saying these guys work hard on their sets and stuff, Rudy, and you're going to get a qualifying. These guys know how to get the job done, to get the team and work and say, listen, we need a fast qualifying time. Put me up the front, and they do the job there. Awesome job there with 50.793. We put them on the pole.
Your mic's kind of dying off, Ed.
Oh, is that any better, Rudy?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I want to lose you out through the field.
Yeah. All right, well, Mark Maffitt on the pole there in the number 15 with a 50.793. What a lap. All right, Robbie Williams on the outside of him in the number 34. In third place, we're going to have Kevin Savory in the number 89. In fourth, the 07 of David Adamson. In fifth, Brogan Lant, one of my other co-commentators, hasn't taken to the track just yet. Tor Hellebo in sixth place in the number 74. Chad Ashley in the 10, starting seventh. In eighth, the 22 of Gary Konzelman. In ninth, the 42 of Philip Carsley, hasn't taken the track yet. Cecil Renee in the number 64, starting 10th. In 11th, Sean Butler in the number 88, another good pick. That was my pick for the day. In 12th, the number 5 of Jonathan Taylor. In 13th, the 55 of Scott Amy. In 14th, the number 3 of Rod Ronimus. Them two partners right there, I guess, are teammates. In 15th, the number 171 of David Whiteside. In 16th, the 73 of Mark Brown. 17th, the 08 of Cody Sievert. In 18th, the 33 of Dale Gravel. Another good pick out there, Ed. 19th,
yeah, definitely.
In 19th, the number 13 of Robert Vormald. In 20th, the 96 of Rodney Smith. In 21st, the number 9 of Joe Hernandez. In 22nd, the 68 of Eric Wortley. In 23rd, the 19 of Donald Sadusky. In 24th, the 38 of William Keogh. In 25th, Tim Marlowe. There's one of your picks right there, Ed, in the number 25. Paul Doucette starting in 26th. Way back here in the field, Mikey Earnhardt starting almost dead last. Well, he is dead last. Lee Ridge is adminning the race, so Mikey Earnhardt taking up the tail end of the field here, Ed.
Yeah, I see that, Rudy. I didn't know why he didn't qualify or something.
Uncharacteristic of him.
And he's a good driver. I expect him up towards the front there, Rudy. Maybe he's gonna maybe think there'll be a record gonna come out or something. Maybe he'll save his truck. I don't know.
Hard to tell.
He's way back of the field here. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know, we say this a lot too, Ed, is that sometimes starting out the back of the field is not a bad thing. You do get a chance to check up if there is a big wreck. And, you know, we are going to see a big one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because these guys, you know, you got to be patient. Got a long race. So if you guys can travel for 50 laps here without getting any wrecks, that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. It would be totally awesome to see something like that. But it's going to happen. It's just the question is when. All right.
Okay, well, Rudy, I'm going to wait for that pace car to jump off for us.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, pace car ducks in.
Mark Maffitt bringing them to the line nice and easy.
Green, green, green. Let's go boogieing, guys. Let's go racing.
All right, off to a good start. Nobody smoked their tires. Nobody was out of line. And I think, Ed, this is what this product of all week these guys have been practicing for tonight. And look at this. These guys really started off good so far. God, I don't want to say that too loud. I don't want to jinx them. But
definitely not.
you know, it's like we always say, seat time is the best thing for these drivers out here. And you know, I'll tell you what, all these drivers out here have put in a lot of seat time this week.
Oh, I imagine they have, really, just to, you know, find the right partner, drafting. Make sure, you know, you're pushing that guy. Make sure, you know, talks to you, say, listen, you got to lift a little bit. I'm going to run the guy in front of me over. So those kind of communication on the track, it's really, really important for the guy that's pushing you.
Absolutely. Well, Robbie Williams, it looks like Mark Maffitt does lead the first lap. Robbie Williams tucked right up under that back bumper. Kevin Savory in third. And Brogan Lunt having a great run here, coming in the fourth spot. Good to see Brogan out there. He's one of our co-commentators, Ed, and I'll tell you what, he did pretty doggone good.
Oh, awesome. That's what we're looking for at Maximum Speed TV.
All right, Chad Ashley in fifth, Philip Carsley sixth, David Adamson in seventh. These guys all really dicing it up back here. Sean Butler now starting to get into the mix of it as he's running in ninth. Coming to the line here. These guys here starting to pull away from the back part of the field a little bit. No big surprise. But it looks like we've got a challenge up on the high side. The number 10 up there of Chad Ashley. And hooked up with Philip Carsley.
You think it's a little too early there, Rudy? You think, you know, race it that hard to get out in front, or you think the guy out there is out in the front and goes, well, I'm just going to get a point, or this is a money race thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a money race. There's no points. I did talk to Lee earlier, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, when he said that they are maybe kicking it around for maybe running for some points next week, or next season, excuse me. But not yet. They're trying to get all the format under, you know, in design and everything, and get it all figured out how they want to do everything. So, and you know, that could change up a lot of things up here too, and it could maybe make for a lot better racing.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got what's that second car in row line blinking a little bit there. You guys watching?
Yeah, I've seen that. Robbie Williams kind of blinking out a little bit. All right, so
gotta be careful. Gotta be careful up there. Chad, don't run him over.
Let's take a wander back here, looking at David Whiteside leading the second little group of three around. Started 15th, but that's up to 13th, and it looks like he's doing quite well. He just needs to get a good teammate here to get him caught back up through the front part, and he could be right into the mix of this, and we could have about a 12-car battle or more, maybe about a 15-car battle up here for the lead.
Yeah, 10-4. Maybe David Whiteside can go on the right side and get somebody up through the middle there.
There you go. There you go. That's a good call. Sean Butler up on the high side. Nobody working with him right at the moment. He's out here, lost a couple positions on that restart, or on that start, excuse me. But he ducks back into the load line, and now it looks like he may be getting hooked up with Cody Siebert.
Yeah, 10-4 Reed. Like I said, you got, you know, just stay in line. It's a long ways to go here at Talladega tonight. It's just like 100 laps, man. You might just ride it out for a while. At least get 50 laps under your belt. After 50 laps, you want to race it hard. Get a first pit there. Get in your pits. Get out of your pits. You know what I mean? Like I always talk about, Rudy, who you going to go with?
Yeah, and we've got a couple way up on the high side. It looks like Philip Carsley and his partner there, the number 10 of Chad Ashley, do switch up. So they are pushing the daylights out of each other. And I don't see too awful many other guys out here pushing, Ed. I see a little bit of distance between all the trucks, trying to keep them cool, except for our leaders. It looks like Mark Maffitt and his partner there, Robbie Williams, they are doing a little bit of drafting, but everybody else kind of taking it a little bit easy.
Yeah, I see Sean Butler there going up on the high side there. Maybe getting 4 cars up there on that high side, and maybe they can push the 2 front ones that are up on that high side, towards the front there.
Yeah. yeah, he got a heck of a run right there, and that's going to pull him up to probably about the 6th or 7th place now. And that's what it's going to take, Ed, to get by this low line, is get 4 or 5 trucks up there. We always talk about 2 trucks up there just can't do it alone. They need 4 or 5 up there to work together.
Yeah, you got that right, Rudy, because it's really, really tough. When you got, like, I don't know how many guys are on the bottom there, like 10 of them are at the bottom down there, and you got 2 of them up on that high side. You're not really going anywhere. You're trying to stay even and trying to get a run there, but you're not really going nowhere, you know?
Yeah, you hit that wall of air, and it's just, you know, it's really, really tough to get by him. But it looks like Philip Carsley may have a little something here. And coming to the line, I believe Philip Carsley is going to lead that lap. Yes, he does.
Yeah, I think that what's happening there, you know, you got that low side there, just taking it easy and not really pushing each other, just staying in line.
All right, let's go back through the field here a little bit. Let's go back to Joe Hernandez back here in 16th, pulling this another group of 4 along. Well, no, I'm sorry, he's not pulling it. The 13 of Robert Wormwald. I'll get it right. I'll get it out yet. Wormwald pulling, and it looks like they're getting themselves caught back up to the front part of the field. Let's go back even a little bit further here. Mark Brown, clear back in 25th, hooked up with a partner, but wow, they are way off of the pace back here. Almost 5 seconds behind the leader now.
I wonder what happened to them, Rudy. Did they get a late jump on? And I mean, onto the race. I mean, I never see 2 cars way back at the field like that.
Yeah. Tim Marlowe. Now, Tim Marlowe here is back in 26th, hooked up with him and Mikey Earnhardt back here all alone, and they're running 8.1 seconds behind the leader. Unless they're back here just kind of riding it out, you know, and that's probably not a bad call, Ed.
Yeah, it could be, because you know what, like you always tell Rudy, that a big one might come out and these guys won't get stuck in the middle of it.
Yeah, back up front here, Brogan Lant. I'm showing him in the 6th place now. These guys all still dicing it up front here. Mark Maffitt has led 8 laps so far, and Philip Carsley's led 1. That's all the leaders that we've had so far in this race. No cautions so far, and we know there's going to be one. We just don't know when. We always say here at Talladega and Daytona, you know there's going to be one. You just don't know when it's going to happen. That's all.
That's right, Rudy.
Anybody's guess.
You know what the funny thing is, Rudy. It probably wouldn't be one if the guy was so patient. You know what I mean? And like I always talk about, the long race, the 100 laps. Do I really want to push the issue? Do I really want to push that guy to the max? And maybe we both spin out, or somebody's going to hit the bottom apron. You never know what happens here at Talladega. So I think if I was, you know, that driver, I'd just, you know, relax, let the truck do its work, let off the throttle, don't go over the throttle, you know, gun it right through the turns, you know, give them a little room, you know what I mean? So it's all give and take here.
Absolutely, yes. If you don't have any give and take, it's going to be a long race for somebody, because they're going to be so tore up. They're going to spend their whole night in pits trying to get fixed back up. So definitely got to be a lot of give and take here.
Yes, it sure does, Rudy. And that's what we talk about week after week there. Save your equipment. You know, don't rush right out there and say, "Oh man, I'm going to win this race." And guess what happens, guys? 10 laps, you got 5, 6 of you wrecked out. It's about patience here in these big open speed races.
Absolutely. One that we did mention there, Ed, when we were talking about a good pick, is Kevin Savory. Kevin Savory is an awesome driver. He gets it up there, and I think you're going to see him up front here pretty much most of the night, running in 5th right now. But I would venture to say he could be one of our front runners to bring this thing home, and maybe not win it, but maybe be a podium setter. So great job by him staying up front here.
Yeah, and you didn't know too, Rudy, that these drivers, I keep watching them, and they just look relaxed, you know what I mean? They probably don't. It's going to be a long race. Let's just relax.
And I think probably Lee gave him a little pep talk there before the race, telling him, look, guys, be patient, because it is a long race. Don't get out there and try to go 3 wide. there's no sense in. Now, when we get down to the last 20 or 30 laps to go, now it's time to really put the hammer down and go for the gusto. You know, that's a good thing. It's a good thing that Lee does have these little pep talks with the driver. I think it kind of calms them down and relaxes them. And communication there out on the track does mean a lot to these drivers too, you know, because they're all probably pep talking each other.
Yeah, exactly, you know. And I always talk about communication, man. Communication is the biggest important thing on these big freeways. It really is.
Cecil Renee running in the 11th spot. Started 10th. Here he is running in 11th. Not a bad place to be at the moment. Just kind of riding it out. We've got our leaders up front here, switching it up. Philip Carsley and his teammate, the number 10 of Chad Ashley.
Boy,
what's that?
I don't remember that is, but that was a little check up there, man. I thought he was going to lose it, but he saved it.
We're going to ride on board here with Chad Ashley. Get to him. We're going to ride on board with him for a minute, and we're going to see just what it looks like inside of this pack of all these trucks here racing.
It was the 88 there where he got a little loose there. Boy, I thought he was going to come down and take that low side out, but he saved the truck. I got in the back of the bumper, he got a little wiggling going on.
Well, we see that from time to time here, Ed, that, you know, there is a little bit of a hook on the back bumper of that. Something that we did not have about 5 or 6 builds ago, and they threw that in there. And I think that was a big mistake on iRacing's part to throw that in there. It's not like that in real life. You know, if you touch somebody's back bumper, you don't get hooked and take it down across and take out half the field. You know, that's just not the way it is in real life, you know.
No, it sure ain't. It's like putting a hook on the back bumper and then dragging them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, they did take a little bit of that out on the last build. I don't think they did it on the trucks. I think they did it on the Gen 6 car. And it took a little bit of the hook out on the Gen 6 because it was really bad. You know, you had to do it. If you didn't hit the back bumper just perfectly square, it was over, you know. So, all right, well, we've looked back here on the drivers to see what it looks like here for these drivers in that pack racing. Looking way back, I wanted to kind of go way back in the field here in the 27th place. It looks like Mark Brown with Eric Wortley, Mikey Earnhardt, and Tim Marlowe. The 4 of them hooked up together, taking clear up the rear of the field way back here, almost 12 seconds behind that leader.
Oh, they sure do. They just, you know, staying a little old pack here in the back area. And that's awesome. That's what you really got to do. If you, I mean, you can't catch the field. You get 4 cars lined up, that's where to be.
Yeah, they will catch up to them, you know. And, you know, we're going to have pit stops coming up here around lap 38, I believe. I don't think we're going to see any short pits here tonight. These guys have got to use every bit of the fuel that they can get out of these trucks. We may even see somebody run out of gas.
You ran out of gas, Rudy?
No, I said we may even see that.
Oh, okay. I said, whoa, we ran out of gas.
A little early.
Kind of early for that, yeah.
All right, so good racing going on up here. I'm gonna go back here on. Let's go back on Rod Bronimus, and let's ride along with him and look from the roof cam and check it out and see what it looks ahead of these guys. A lot of dancing around a little bit, but you don't see anybody pushing. The only ones that are pushing are the 2 leaders on the low side and the high side. But David Whiteside's not in the high side or the low side. He's going right up the middle.
Going in the middle, yeah.
David, we're just having fun with you, brother. We're just having fun with you. It's really cool stuff, you know. But yeah, riding here with Rod, this looks like a lot of fun out here. And you know, I kind of miss this kind of racing. I did do a lot of racing here today with the guys from Dirty South. They put on races pretty much all day today. And we had a great time out here racing with them.
Oh, that's awesome, Lee. Yeah, they're really a good bunch of guys over here at Dirty South Racing. I can tell everybody, go check them out. If you want some good racing, there you are. Dirty South. Here we go again. That DirtySouthRacing.com.
There you go. .com. All right, let's get back to reality here, Ed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we're seeing quite the pack up in the front here. Man, I'm telling you what, this is one heck of a pack of trucks. We're looking all the way back here to David. I'm not sure if that's David Whiteside taking up the rear of that pack. No. Looks like Robert Vormald in taking up the rear of that pack. But they've got the second pack back here, Ed, catching up to them. And boy, I'm going to tell you what, they are coming like a freight train.
Oh yeah, 10-4 really on that.
I mean, these guys really, they've hooked right back up with them, and we've got one heck of a pack of trucks here all running together. And you know, that can be good and it can be bad. It's good for the guys that were way back and they caught up to these guys, but that just throws a few more trucks into the mix here, and it makes it a little uncomfortable, I think, sometimes for some of these drivers out here when you're running around 2 or 3 trucks, side by side. You know how that can be, Ed, the first few times you did that, how uncomfortable that was.
Oh, it is. It really is. And I'll tell you another thing, Rudy. It's white knuckling time. You know what I mean? Boy, I tell you, you got your hands full. Even drafting or staying with your partner. Try not to lose them. Get on the bumper. Watching the gauges. It's a whole lot of stuff you have to do on the track.
Yes, definitely. A lot of people don't really realize what all the things that these guys have to do out here. And, it's not just your driving. It's you got to watch everywhere around you. You got to be looking out your side window. You got to be, making sure if you're trying to get down there and get on the low side, which I haven't been seeing too much of, Ed, that side draft. These guys are given plenty of room right now, not getting down there and trying to get any of that side draft. Everybody playing it safe out here. And that is a very, very good call on all them drivers out here tonight.
Oh, it sure is. And we don't talk much about some of these drivers out there. They really come over there racing really hard over here. And like we talk about, really, it is tough. It's just like real racing, really. You say you look out the right side, the left side. You know what I mean? And you got your hand going back and forth on that steering wheel, the gas, the little bit of brake. It's a lot, really. It really is, buddy. And time the race done, you're sweating it. You're sweating it. Come right off. Your nerves are jumpy. It's just tough.
Yeah. Well, look at this, Ed. Here we are on lap 23 now. No caution so far. And let's take a look real quick here at the race analysis. We've had 7 lead changes already. And that only being amongst 2 drivers. Only 2 drivers.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I know
3 drivers. 3. I'm sorry.
That's all right, Rudy. It's really tough to get, when you're up on that high side. Some of these guys don't want to go 3 wide right now, Rudy, because that's a dangerous spot right there when you go 3 wide.
Sure.
You got to find that right driver that can do that 3 wide. They can be done. I think like we were talking about, Rudy, it's just taking the time. A lot of miles we got to run here, and these guys are just doing an awesome job doing it.
Absolutely. Well, 266 miles, Ed. 100 laps. So that's a long race.
Yeah, it sure is.
As good as they're turning here, we've only been racing about 30 minutes and we're already a quarter of the way. So, you're looking at approximately a 2-hour race here for you to be sitting in that seat. Now, I'm telling you what, you better have had your bathroom breaks out of the way. You got your drink in hand, ready to take a sip. And don't take your eye off of the road ahead of you or off your teammates. So, you're definitely going to have to communicate to your driver that you're pushing or working with. Hey, I got to take a little drink, so if I'm off of you for just a split second, you got to have everything right there handy.
You sure do, Rudy. If you don't, you better have your pens on. It's a long race.
Yep.
Hey, look at Rudy. We got 2x2 all the way back here, and look, they're looking good.
The 34 there looked a little bit squirrely. Robbie Williamson, Williams, I'm sorry, on the back bumper of Mark Maffitt. Got a little wiggly there, but he managed to hold on to it.
That's when communication will come important right about now, Rudy. Talking to that driver and say, listen, I got to lift a little bit, you know?
Exactly. You know, and I've noticed he's been kind of just staying off of the back bumper of Mark Maffitt. Those two have not switched up, but if you notice, Philip Carsley and his teammate there, Chad Ashley, they are switching up every couple laps. So they're keeping their trucks nice and cool, but I don't know. It looks like maybe Mark Maffitt might be pulling out for looks like Robbie to try to get a little air in Robbie's truck there. And he's going to have to do something here pretty soon. You know, they're not going to be able to gain anything by him staying right there. They ought to think about maybe doing the old switcheroo here every now and then. Because just ducking out and getting a couple seconds of air is not enough to cool these things down, Ed. You know that.
Oh, no, it ain't, really. I'm looking at, 17 truck here just staying in line, top to bottom, man. It's just awesome racing right now.
Sure is. Looks like maybe back here, one of the last ones, Gary Konzelman in that pack. Gary running in the 16th position right now. I know that says 17th, but they change up so much that I'm looking at the live leaderboard here on my setup, and it's showing him in 16th when he comes to the line. He'll, excuse me, he might even be in a different position by the time they get to the line. And we got another.
Then I think we see the 96 there pulling up to make it 18 there, really going in the line with these guys.
Probably looking at about 10 more laps here, Ed, and we may start seeing some green flag pit stops. And this is where it's all counts right here. This is gonna make sure that you do not speed coming down pit road. You've got to hit your marks perfectly. If you pit with your partner, one stay high, one stay low. You know how that works. That way you're not, one guy breaks a little different than another guy. One might slow down a little quicker than the other guy. So if you kind of stay staggered coming down pit road, one stay high, one stay low, and you'll go right down pit road together and without an issue. You know?
See Dave Grable there, caught the number 33 there. He looks like he's doing a great job, staying right there in the back there mostly. He's running in the 22nd spot there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably not where he wants to be, but maybe right now that's probably a good safe spot. He's saving his truck back here. He's not really pushing anybody, and these guys have been clean the whole way so far. I don't believe we've seen any bumping and banging going on whatsoever.
No, they did a little bit there up towards the front there, really, but most of these guys are just staying in line. Try not to overheat these trucks too much. I know the guy be pushing, he's letting off the gas there to save that motor from catching a fire there. Because once that light starts blinking, boy, you better ray off that gas. But if you don't, what happens is it kind of takes a toll on the motor there, and then they lose power in the motor anyways.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that next, Ed. Once you do overheat these engines, and you don't get them cooled off right away, instantly. They can either blow up or you do damage to them, and you never do get back up to full speed again.
No, you sure don't. Once you take a couple of notches there, if you let that the light there blink more than 10 times there, it does some damage on that motor, and you'll never get the speed out of it again.
Right. All right.
That's the tough things that you have to. Like I always talk about, you got to watch, like you said earlier, you got to watch everything, the gauges, the driver near you, around you, and all the stuff that comes into play when you're in the speedways. Yes, sir.
Okay, we got some guys pitting. Yes, sir. Mark Maffitt and his teammate, a couple other ones following them down. These guys hitting their marks good. So Mark Maffitt and his partner coming down on pit road. And we had a couple on pit road there that got some damage, Ed. I didn't see what happened to them.
No, I didn't either. I didn't see no caution came out or nothing.
No caution. All right, these guys come to a screeching halt in their pit stall. The number 34 there, Robbie Williams and Mark Maffitt. Don't look like any tires going on in them vehicles. fuel only, and this was a short pit stop.
It sure was. Make sure you get hooked up together.
Yeah, and they're away. It looked like Robbie beat Mark Maffitt off the pit road. That could have been by design. Mark might have said, you go ahead and go out first, and I'll push you for a while, you know?
That's how far that, Rudy. We get back up to the field, too. We'll fit down, Rudy.
Okay, getting back up front here. We got to get back up. Philip Carsley up here in the lead. These guys don't look like they're checking up to do any pit stops immediately. But them two working together since the onset of the race here. Him and Chad Ashley doing a great job out front. And I would say probably in the next 5-6 laps, we may see these guys come down pit road. Sean Butler up on the high side. Oh, yeah, here they come. Philip Carsley and his teammate peeling off, coming down pit road together. As you see, like I said, one stays high, one stays low, to give each other plenty of room so they don't collect each other. Good job by these guys.
Yep, exactly, Rudy, and that's what you got to do. You know, run with a partner and make sure you get in that pits together and get out together.
Absolutely. All right, they're coming down to a halt here in their pit stalls. No mistakes. Did not speed on pit road. Hit their pit stalls perfectly. And it looks like fuel.
Sean Butler there. Yep, Sean Butler leading the race right now.
Yeah, we'll get back out to them as those two are away. We may be seeing these guys come down pit road here in the next couple laps. Oh, looks like
pitting right now.
Yes, sir. They're coming down. That's going to relinquish it over to Kevin Savory. He's going to be our new leader. Well, Sean Butler's had plenty of practice at this pitting today because the one race we were in today, Ed, every time I got taken out, somebody would take me out of the race or something. He'd say, well, I'll pit, and that way you and I can get to working together, you know. And I thought, all right, well, you don't have to do that, but he did it so we could just get hooked up together. But come down to the end of the race, I told him, I said, you just go, man. You're going for the win. Go, you know. Sean being kind of gentle, getting off the pit road here, wants to wait for his partner. But all the longer he waits is time costing him on the track.
Yeah, it sure does. You might just go. If your partner's not out, you got to get going, you know.
All right, well, he better hurry because Kevin Savory and company's coming around here. Him and Brogan Lunt working together. These two really hooked up and pulling away.
These guys are slow. But we got one come up right up on the track there in the turn. Never went on the back stretch.
That wasn't good. The number 74 of Tor Hellebo. Ooh.
I got the 08 doing the same thing.
Okay, well, hopefully the admins didn't catch that. They got away with it.
Yeah, 10
Because I do believe here, Dirty South Racing, that is a rule. I'm not going to say that for sure because I don't know 100%. But I'm pretty sure that is a rule about anywhere you go. That looked like
got to enter in the back stretch, yeah.
Looked like Kevin Savory was taking a peek there, like he was going to come down. Maybe didn't have communication in with Brogan Lunt there right at the time, but I think we're going to be seeing him come down on pit road here before too much longer. David Whiteside right there in third, and right behind him the number 64 of Cecil Renee. So we may see these four come down pit road together, Ed.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You get 4 cars lined up to go down the pit road, and that's the way to go.
Absolutely, because man, I'm telling you what, they come off pit road together. They can be really fast when they get back off the pit road and get back up to speed. They can be really fast together.
You sure bet there you can, Rudy, because 4 trucks can make a whole lot different than 2 trucks.
Still no pit stops by these guys. All right, let's go back here to 5th place, Rod Gronimus. Now about a second and a half behind them, leaders. These guys hooked up really well, and he's pushing the 74 of Tor Hellebo right there.
Now, did Tor Hellebo, did he pit, Rudy?
Yes, he did.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the ones that have not pitted are the top 10 right now. Dale Grable, being in 10th place, is the last one on the lead lap. Or, I'm sorry, the last one out of the 10 that have not pitted.
Okay.
But Mark Maffitt now in 12th. Robbie Williams in 11th, okay, but they're 48 seconds. They're actually probably right ahead of the leaders. They are just ahead of the leaders.
David Whiteside's pitting the next lap, he's saying.
David Whiteside pitting the next lap. Well, let's get on David, and we're going to watch. Like I said, we may see these four come down pit road together. It is about that time. Lap 38. We know we can make it on just a couple of pit stops, so this is going to be, well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 pit stops. No, 2. 2 pit stops, right?
We got a bunch of guys in the pit, really. 55, the 19, the 3.
All right, so
the 64 is going to be pitting.
Yep,
all 4 of them going to pit.
We got about 6 of them coming down pit road here together. This is kind of cool to see. 7 of them. Wow,
yeah, they're getting hard on the brakes.
Man, 8, 9, 10 of them coming down pit road right here together.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get back. Kevin Savory leading them. Let's see what he does when he comes down pit road. I believe we're not going to see anything other than just a fuel stop here today, Ed. At least not on this pit stop.
Right.
We've got somebody already leaving.
David Whiteside leaving.
Yep, everybody pulling off.
All lined up.
Everybody come on together. Everybody going off.
Go.
All right, good job by these guys. Now that's I'm still right now showing him in the lead because he had quite the lead. They had like a 48-second lead, but that is already starting to dwindle here. Let's get back up to him as he's getting passed by our leader, Mark Maffitt. Mark Maffitt just got done passing him. So that's going to put Kevin Savory back to 5th right at the moment. So this is changing up everything here. Lap 39 are on right now, and no caution so far. And looking here, we've had 13 lead changes already, Ed.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. This kind of mirrors a race that they had just a couple of weeks ago that I can't remember. It was an outrageous amount of lead changes. I mean, it was outrageous. I'd never seen that many lead changes in a race. It was like, I want to say like 30-some, but I can't remember now. It might even have been 40-some. Because the front ones were just back and forth and back and forth.
Oh, we got a truck on the apron. He's going to save it. He saved it.
Nice. All right, so looks like everybody has been on pit road now for 1 pit stop, and some of them a little sooner than others. Mark Maffitt and Robbie come down a little early. They come down on lap 32, and everybody else come down on lap around 35 to 38. So this could be a little bit of a game changer here for these guys.
That was Paul Doucette that lost that truck and saved it.
Wow.
We got a rear rim damage on that truck too.
Looking back here on him right now, we're running a different paint scheme today. He's running the Bass Pro Shop paint scheme. Very nice. I love that Bass Pro Shop paint scheme. Love it. All right, back here.
A lot of cars that look like they might get a lap down from these leaders who they're coming up hard on.
Yeah, well, Mark Brown and Mikey Earnhardt back there. Yeah, they're going to be coming up on them before too much longer. Eric Wortley and Tim Marlowe. Ed, I'm showing Tim Marlowe a lap down, maybe 2 laps down. I don't know what's going on with that.
That was my pick tonight. I wonder what happened to him.
I don't know. 2 laps down, I'm showing him.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Something weird must have happened there that he's way back in the field. But,
Eric Wortley's a lap down.
Well, let's go back through the field here. Everybody's starting to get strung out a little bit now. Back here, Brogan Lant 3rd. Kevin Savory 4th. Them 2 have been hooked up. Jonathan Taylor, now first time we've seen Jonathan up in the front of the field. He started 12th. Here he is running 5th. doesn't really have a dancing partner there. Gary Konzelman right behind him. Not sure if those two may get hooked up and try to reel in the leaders. Going back to 7th, Chad Ashley in 7th, along with his partner, Philip Carsley. Rodney Smith in 9th, Cecil Renee in 10th, Sean Butler back here in 11th. These guys all about almost 7 seconds behind our leader, Ed. But again, like I said, they're our leaders are on a different pit strategy than the rest of this field. They pitted about 5 or 6 laps before everybody else did. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. All right, so going back here a little bit further, Cody Siebert in 12th, Robert Vormwald in 13th. Well, that probably bumped him back to 15th. William Keogh, Paul Doucette, these guys did get by him, so they're going to move on up into the field. Donald Sadusky back here in 18th. Dale Grayville 19th. These two working together, trying to get caught back up to this field, but they're running 12 and a half seconds behind the leader.
Oh, it must have been a bad pit stop right there.
Well, that could be. That could be. Dale Grayville would like to be back up there with them guys, and like I said, these guys definitely way off a pit strategy from each other, from the leaders, and so I don't know. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, but we're going to have to see how this is all going to play out. But Ed, we've only got about 5 more laps, and we're going to be at the halfway mark.
That's awesome. These guys are doing an awesome job getting the job done here at Talladega tonight. Robbie
Williams here in the lead right now, and him and his partner, Mark Maffitt. Mark trying to get a little air in that truck. So a lot of things going on around the whole field here. We're seeing a big battle going on back here. Looks like 8th, 9th, 10th. We're gonna follow along with this right now. This seems to be the good battle on the track at the moment. Great battle going on here. Boy, this is quite the pack. And these were some of the guys that, if you remember, these were the guys that all pitted together. When there was like 10 or 12 of them that pitted together there. Were you there, Ed? Ed?
What's up, Rudy?
I was talking to you and you weren't answering. I thought maybe you might have fell asleep or something.
Oh no, I just been out for days here. Sorry about that, Rudy.
It's all right. I see Steve Hurst is in here with us. Steve, welcome there, buddy. I guess he's not answering either. He must have fell asleep.
You asked me for the password there. He poked me, and I jumped out of there for a minute while you were talking, and that probably wasn't a day there. Okay. I gave him the password there so you can come up and talk with us, Steve. You there?
He'll catch up to us.
Down there, down the grandstand getting a hot dog.
Okay. Yeah. Probably looking at all the pretty girls down there.
Hope he brings us back one.
Yeah. What, pretty girl or a hot dog?
Either way.
All right, well, Brogan Lunt back here in 3rd place, still in 3rd. Him and Kevin Savory working together. They got a 4-pack going on here. Looks like Kevin Savory, Gary Konzelman, and Jonathan Taylor, the 4 of them, all working together. And that's a good thing because they're going to need this to get back up there to the front. But if they keep going the way they're going, then front 2 are going to have to pit here before long. Looks like, yeah, I would say about another, let's see, another 15 to 18 laps. We're going to have to see Robbie and Mark Maffitt come back down pit road again.
Oh, you sure are. They pitted earlier, and the guys that pitted last have that cycle 5 lap difference.
Yeah, and if they go this way, I'm not really sure if they've calculated that out, or whether they may have to Mr. Pit Stop more than everybody else. I don't know. Depending on how good a gas mileage they're getting out there, them two working together, they're not getting as good a gas mileage as them guys back in the pack that are running 5, 6, 8 of them in a pack. So.
Right, exactly, and boy, these guys are like 2 seconds back of their leaders up there. Mark Matthew and Robert Williams there. Wow. Yeah,
and they are. I believe they are starting. They're losing ground to them.
And now we're at 3 seconds.
Yeah, they lost about a half a second there somewhere.
Well, what's going on? Are they in the line, Rudy? Are they staying in the line? Are they fighting each other? Or what's going on? They should be caught the leader by now.
Well, all 4 of them switched up, and that'll cost.
Take that half a second off. Yep. Yeah, at least a second or half a second off.
But they just lost another half a second, so they're like a full second off of what they were just about 4 or 5 laps ago. So, all right, well, let's go back here a little bit further back through the field. David Whiteside did get passed up by a few of these trucksters, so he is running in the 5th place right now. When he crosses the line, he'll be in 5th. So David Whiteside doing a good job. Oh, I'm showing him 11th. 5 left.
I don't know. You better put your making sure you're on live.
Oh no, I was looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Okay,
my bad. My bad.
Yeah, David Whiteside should be the 11th spot.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he got passed up by Sean Butler, Philip Carsley, Chad Ashley. I'm not sure, Sean Butler, if he has found a partner yet or not. I believe him and looks like the 08 there of Cody Siebert.
Yes.
I've seen them two together. They've been together for a while.
I think Sean Butler was waiting for Cody when he come up out of the pit. He lost a lot of time waiting for him. And that's the trouble, like I always talk about. If you don't wait, you're going to be all by yourself on the track. So, do I wait? Here's a question you're going to ask yourself. Do I wait or go out on the track and hope you can find somebody on the track? I don't know, Rudy.
Yeah, well, these guys they're almost 10 seconds behind the leaders. But again, like I said, them leaders are off the pit strategy, and they're going to have to make another pit stop before the rest of the field. So, been a good race, though, Ed. I forgot to see who was leading at the halfway mark, but I would guess and say that it was probably Robbie Williams.
Yeah, I believe it was Robert Williams that did lead that halfway mark for us.
All right, well, then he would get the $5 for leading at the halfway mark, so good job. Congratulations to him. If he did win it, that's unofficial, folks. We weren't on him to see if he was leading. I'm just assuming that. But it would either been him or Mark Maffitt. So, but I'm guessing and saying that it was Robbie Williams that was leading at the halfway mark. And he will get $5 iRacing dollars for that. So good job by him. Well, let's go back. Kevin Savory back here in 3rd. Now they are 4 seconds behind them leaders, Ed. I kind of wanted to go back and see. We've got several cars a lap down. Joe Hernandez running in the 24th spot. Does not have anybody to work with here. Trying to hang on to the draft of somebody here, but nobody working with Joe Hernandez. And it has cost him a lot of track positions. Mark Brown. Oh, okay, it looks like Mark Brown and, let's see, the Mark Brown and Mikey Earnhardt, I believe. Yeah, those two working together did get by Joe Hernandez, so he goes back to the 24th position. So Scott,
I think.
Go ahead.
I think you're halfway. I went back and looked at that. Would be Mark Matthews will pick up that five points.
Oh,
or $5.
Okay. Very good, Mark Maffitt taking it then. All right.
I went back here at the 15 mark, really, and looked at the, backed it up a little bit, and I wanted to know who led that photos after you read it.
All right. Well, thank you for checking that out, Ed. Appreciate that, man. It's good. I don't want to throw something out there that wasn't true. So thank you for clarifying that up for us, sir. Good job. Scott Amy. Now, Scott Amy back here in 25th. I don't know what's going on. And again, he's another one. Does not have a partner out here. 1 lap down, dude. So a lot of guys getting split up from their partners. David Whiteside out here leading this pack around. Right in the mix. Boy, that's a heck of a pack of cars or trucks working together out here. But I kind of want to stay on our leaders here because probably not too many more laps here. Probably in about another 6 or 7 laps, we're going to see our leaders come down pit road because they're off a pit sequence.
Then sure already, and they need to get fuel in these trucks or they're not going to make it.
Right. Good race so far, Ed. I can't believe they've gone 56 laps here, caution free, and knock on wood, keep rolling it, boys. Keep doing it. Whatever you're doing, don't change.
Don't give it up. Yeah, don't give it up.
I mean, we are past halfway, and we've only been racing just a little less than an hour right now, Ed. That's pretty good.
Oh, it sure is, Rudy. Oh, there's the wreck.
There it is. David Whiteside getting into that first caution of the day. So we're going to go back and take a look at that. I don't know what happened there, who bobbled or what.
We'll look at it right now.
I'm on a replay here, and we're going to see what happens. I believe he's on the back bumper of, I don't know who that number is.
Why did Dave Whiteside hit the brake or something there? Like, had no power or something?
Oh, he did. Whoa, what the heck was up with that?
He dropped it down, and he was going along, and all of a sudden he dropped the speed down. Let me see, his speed went down to 170, 160. Wow, 168.
Oh. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time, because I'm telling you what, that was a little scary, Ed.
Oh, it sure was. I mean, I don't know what happened there. Like he lost throttle.
We're going to watch this unfold as he comes around.
167 miles an hour, like no gas.
Like he come off the back bumper there, and then we're going to watch the front end of the truck dip down here.
Speed dropped to 166, it did.
Getting ready to come into the turn, and this is about where it happened right here, going into turn 1. He just, like, all of a sudden, he had to have hit the brakes right there. He hit the brakes, and the number 10 got right into the back of him. Holy smokes. Oh, and Philip Carsley into it, Sean Butler. Oh, man, we got a bunch of guys into it. So, wow, that's too bad for these guys. I don't know what happened to them, whether something broke or I don't know.
I know, it's just like you either hit the brake or the gas throttle. I don't know, but that 166 miles an hour, you're going to 190 something miles an hour, all of a sudden, right down to nothing.
When he gets off a pit road, Ed, I think we'll try to get a word in with him and find out what happened. There's got to be an explanation for that, because David Whiteside would never do that intentionally, you know.
Definitely not. Maybe his throttle, or maybe his throttle on his gas pedal let off or something. I don't know. Something was weird about that.
Yeah, it was really weird. We're going to check in with him in just a minute, folks. When he gets off a pit road, he may have got a speeding penalty coming down pit road, too. Well, let's see if we can get a word in with him. Nobody's talking right now, are they?
I don't hear nobody.
Yeah. David Whiteside, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
David, what happened, buddy? Did something break? It was just like all of a sudden, it was almost like you lost power, or I don't know. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, guys accused me of holding up the pack when I wasn't. I was wide open. They got the side draft sucking on them and slow them down, but they don't realize that. So I showed them what braking was.
That's real smart.
All right. Well, I guess they. All right. Well, David, I wish you the best out there. Go get them again, and good luck.
Yeah, go get them.
All right. Well, you heard what he did. I'm not sure what was going on there, but a little bit of check-up to check the field up, I guess. Brogan.
I guess David Whiteside didn't like that side drafting, Rudy. He said he wanted to show him what the braking was all about.
Well, there you go. So
that's a little dirty pool, you ask me. You know, kind of causing a wreck, but
yeah.
I guess you're at Talladega. Anything can happen, right, Rudy?
That's right. Well, right now, I'm showing Brogan Lunt in the lead. I think we ought to get word down there with Brogan. What do you think?
I think so, Rudy. Go down and talk to that man.
Let me see what these. Whenever that gets cleared.
Hang on, Rudy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rudy.
Coming up, hi guys.
Brogan Lunt, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, can somebody tell me how this wave around works?
First car, one lap down.
First car, one lap down, Robert. First car, one lap down.
They're not going to let me get in there.
No.
Brogan Lunt, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Rudy.
Brogan, you're out front. Can you keep it up there? And, you know, I mean, these guys pretty tough around you. You're going to have to make another pit stop here before too much longer. Can you keep it up front, you think?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I partner in 89 at Kevin. So hopefully our strategy works out and we'll be out at the end of this thing.
Okay, Brogan, well...
Partner.
Okay, Brogan, well, good luck out there today. They just keep walking over me. Good luck out there today, and hopefully we'll see you maybe sitting on the podium at the end of this thing.
I hope so. Thank you, Rudy.
All right, well, after getting walked over a bunch of times... Well, they kind of changed up the whole thing here. These guys, everybody can, first caution of the day. Wow, on lap, what was it, 58?
Was it Brogan a lap down, was he, really? Because now we had to pass the pace car. Okay.
He just, I don't know, maybe he's out there saving fuel or something. But he is going to have to come down pit road here before too much longer. Him and
What happened, though? I mean, I don't know what happened there. He went past the pace car. I don't understand that part.
He might, I don't know.
Now, I don't know either. We're not racing yet. We're under caution still.
Maybe wasn't paying attention. Who knows? But him and Kevin Savory are the only ones that have not pitted the second time of the front group here. So they are going to have to come down pit road here probably in the next 6 to 8 laps probably. So
definitely.
I don't know why they decided to stay out. Well, whatever the reason is. But the lights are off on the pace car, Ed, and get ready, brother, because they're coming around here. We're going to go back to green flag racing now that the field is all bunched back up again.
Brogan Lunt's going to lead them down.
Looks like we did have one driver take his truck behind pit wall, Philip Carsley.
Must have been a bad day, Rudy.
Yes, sir. He led 6 laps, so that's pretty good for him. Sean Butler way back in 24th, a lap down. He got tangled up in that wreck, so hopefully maybe he can get that thing back on the lead lap.
Get the right partner and get up back towards that front. Okay, we got pace car dropped in. Green flag wave one more time. Boogie boogie, guys. Let's go racing.
All right, and Mark Maffitt now right there. Ooh, and he goes to the outside. Brogan ducking to the outside to grab a hold of his partner. Good call by them two. Brings him back down to the low side, and he dumps off the 34. Robbie Williams up there. Robbie, oh, whoa, man, oh, man.
Robbie Williams went out there for a second.
Mark Maffitt goes right to the high side to pick up his partner, Robbie Williams. And in the meantime, Brogan Lunt leads him around here. Coming to the line, going to take the lap 63 out of 100. One caution so far. And we got somebody peeling off there. Who is that, Ed? Rodney Smith? Rodney
I
Smith
think so.
bringing it down pit road for whatever reason here. All right, let's get back up front here. Brogan, definitely him and Kevin Savory showing the way here. You can see the whole field behind these guys, and I'm sure looking at Kevin Savory's windshield, I'm sure they definitely need to pit. They want to pit and get that tear off on that windshield. But staying out front here and trying to lead some more laps. Not showing any signs of coming down pit road at the moment.
We'll have to watch out for them. There you go. They don't get run over.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because when they're going to have to definitely. We got a bunch of them bumping and banging back there. Wow, that was a little scary itself. Oof. Looks like coming up on the outside, that would be the number 3 of Rod Ronimus, hooked up with the 08 of Cody Sievert. Cody Sievert, if you remember, Ed, was hooked up with Sean Butler, but Sean Butler got into that accident and is now lapped down well back in the field. I'm showing him back in 22nd place. I think he's trying to get himself in position that if there is another caution, that he could get the way, would be the way by.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's a good call, or he'd be flying right now, and maybe it'd be a caution to get that wave around and get him back on the lead lap.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to, let's see, we want to ride along with Rod Ronimus here. He's on the high side driving the Dirty South Racing truck paint scheme out here with Max Speed TV on the spoiler. Good job. Thank you, Rod. We got some.
Thank you, Rod.
We got some dedication to some of these guys out here, Ed. Definitely dedicated to Max Speed TV. We appreciate every bit of it. Ooh, got some smoke. Somebody off way down low there did not bring the caution up. Don't know what happened.
Mark Matthew and the 34 there, Robert Williams were pitting there. I think that's what happened there. They're slowing down, got some smoke going sideways or something.
Oh boy.
Two drivers there got fuel and they're on their way.
All right, good deal. Those were the ones that were off of pit strategy, and the guys that we figured were going to be pitting here before too much longer. They're definitely falling back through the field now. Coming off of pit road, Mark Maffitt here with his partner Robbie Williams, running 16th and 17th. Going to be well off of the pace back here on a different pit strategy, but I believe, Ed, they can make it the rest of the way from here.
So looks like the 64 is hooked up with him, Moody.
34.
No, 64 went. He's in the back of these. They did 2 guys.
Oh, yeah.
Driving the 18, yeah.
Yeah, the 3 of them are hooked up together. Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
I don't know how much longer he'll be able to keep up, though, the 64 of Cecil Rene, without a teammate, and they're already starting to pull away from him. So these guys well back in the field. Gary Konzelman now just coming off a pit road, made his last pit stop of the day, and the leader's coming up around him pretty close. You're going to put him a lap down. And these guys all pitting just at about the right time because the leaders and stuff are going to have to pit. And I want to stay on these leaders because we're going to have to see, they're going to be coming down pit road here probably in the next couple of laps. Him and Kevin Savory have not pitted.
Kevin Savory is going to be pitting his lap.
All right, those 2 coming down pit road, so we're going to stay right on these 2. Brogan Lant and Kevin Savory. Here they are peeling off, coming down to pit road. Boy, Brogan's coming in there awful hot. Oh, he ain't going to get it woed.
No, he ain't getting no woe.
He didn't get it woed. He got a speeding penalty, I can guarantee you. He hit that line at about 65 mile an hour.
He did, a little too fast.
Yes, he did. So Brogan Lant definitely going to get a speeding penalty on that. Rod Ronimus showed as our leader. I believe these guys are going to have to stop for a splash and go, Ed.
Oh, definitely. They'll need a splash and go.
Yep. They're not going to be able to make it the whole way. Sean Butler now pushing Rod. No. I'm sorry. Sean Butler working with somebody else up there, working with the 55 of Scott Amy. Both of them a lap down, and they're working together. And they're going to be right now probably showed right at the tail end of the lead lap. They are right at the tail. The leaders are right behind them. And they're giving way to the leaders. They're saying, look, we're not going to hold you guys up. But the 55 going down low, and I don't know. Guys picking up some different guys here. Sean wanting to come down and pick up Scott Amy, but the number 10 staying right with him. Or the 08, excuse me, the 08 staying right with Sean.
It sure is. I mean, they're out leading these front pack lap down, hoping the caution comes out, come down, get that wave down.
Definitely, yeah, they're right there. And all right, so looking back up front here, Cody Sievert. I'm showing Cody Sievert as our new leader in the 08, and he's the one that's working with Sean Butler.
He sure is, Rudy. Good play for him.
Sean's just hoping and praying for a caution right now. I'm showing Sean in the 16th place at the tail end of the lead lap. He goes way up high.
What's the department there, Rudy?
Yep, working with our leader. But now we're going to have a new leader. Looks like the 74 of Tor Hellebo going to be our new leader. And he's working with the 07 there of David Adamson. First time we've seen David up this far. And it's same with Tor Hellebo. He was up there for a little while, but and looking at David Adamson here, David kind of a little bit loose on the back end of his truck. But we've got a lot of Dirty South racing guys right behind these guys with look-alike paint jobs. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's a little tougher for me to tell them apart, but I just go by their numbers. The 55 of Scott Amy, the 3 of Rod Ronimus, and I believe, I can't see what that other one is. That the 19?
I think so.
19 behind them. That would be Donald Sadusky. All right, so Sean wishing that he could get back out here. I'm still showing him. Scott Amy now got by him again in that pack. And if the caution come out right now, Scott Amy would be the way by. And Sean really trying to get up there to make sure that that's not going to happen.
Oh, definitely.
All right, let's go back through the field here. I wanted to go back and see where Kevin Savory and Brogan Lant way back here, showing them in 21st, one lap down as the leaders did get past them. But they should be good for the rest of the race now, and everybody else is going to have to pit one more time. Now, not everybody, but I think pretty close to everybody. Mark Maffitt, let's see where they're running. Mark Maffitt, those guys already made their last pit stop of the day. Mark, I'm showing him and Robbie in 10th and 11th. And they've made their final pit stop. So here we are coming to the line, going to be 26 to go, Ed.
Oh boy, these guys are really cruising, Lee.
Yes, they are. These guys right here running 35 seconds behind the leader, but like I said, the leaders are probably going to have to come down pit road one more time. We'll kind of keep an eye on this. Let's get on Cody Sievert here. As him and Sean now switch up again. And we'll watch from Sean Butler here. These guys are really battling hard right now up front here, Ed.
Yeah, I see them battling really hard. Oh, little check up there.
Oh, that's going to be bad for some of these guys. Boy, the 19 there really getting out of shape, but he saves it. Good job by him. Would have been the 19 of Donald Sadusky. He lost a lot of momentum on that. Hit that apron, and boy, we know what happens when we hit that apron, Ed.
Oh, definitely. We'll start checking up there, and the guy in the back, he can run you right over.
All right, well, our new leader, Cody Sievert, right here hooked up on the back bumper of Sean Butler. Sean a lap down, but he is right now, being ahead of the leader, is at the tail end of the lead lap. So if a caution did come out right now, Sean Butler would automatically go right on by and get his lap back.
He sure would he?
I'm sure he's hoping for a caution, but Cody Sievert's not. It's kind of a shame that Sean had to get caught up in that wreck. You know, he's a good racer and all, and you know, just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's all it takes.
Yeah, and that's a tough way to be. I mean, you're at the wrong place at the right time. Okay.
All right. Well, let's go back here in 15th spot. We've got Jonathan Taylor. And they're in quite a pack of trucks here right now. William Keogh up to 14th, Cecil Renee 13th, Paul Doucette 12th, and Robbie Williams in 11th. So Robbie definitely out here, him and Mark Maffitt, and they have made their last pit stop. And I'm showing Robbie in. He started second, and here he is running 10th. They're 34 seconds behind the leaders, but the leaders are going to have to pit one more time, and they are not. So this could have been a really good call by Robbie and Mark Maffitt.
I believe so, Ree. I think it was going to be our leaders there. We have three of them lined up here. Four of them lined up here as well, Ree.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul Doucette, William Keogh.
Yep. Yeah, these guys definitely will be the leaders, I believe, Ed, when the lead pack does come down pit road. And you're going to see a splash and go by them guys up front. That's all you're going to see. You know, they're just going to want to get enough, maybe like, I don't know, 6 or 8 gallons of fuel in a way, because it's going to be maybe not even that much, maybe 5 gallon. I'm sure they've got it all calculated out.
I'm sorry about that, Lee. There were 6 in the line there with Jonathan Taylor and Cecil Reese.
Yeah.
6 of them were lined up there, so that's the way to go right there.
Looks like we've got a couple more that have taken their trucks behind pit road. Chad Ashley and David Whiteside have taken their trucks behind pit road now. So we've had three drivers that have retired from the race so far. Only one caution. That's great.
Oh, wow, Ruth.
Take a look here at the race analysis real quick. One caution, 28 lead changes, Ed.
Wow, that's awesome.
I know, it's amazing, ain't it? I love it. That's Talladega for you, baby. All right, let's go back here. Dale Gravel now running in 6th, right in this pack of cars, right at the very tail end of this whole pack, running, pushing that looks like the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Quite the pack of trucks running here, all nose to tail. But again, like I said, these guys are going to have to come back down Pit Road. I don't believe they're not going to be able to make it the next 20 laps. Somebody is going to have to peel off and come down Pit Road. Dale Gravel, yeah, they've made it. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Mikey Earnhardt now back in 9th place, Ed. So he has definitely come up through the field here. Started 29th, and here he is in 8th place.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty good. They're getting passed on the outside. Oh, what the heck? There was a checkup right ahead of them, I believe. We're looking at Robbie Williams and Mark Maffitt here on the high side working together. Definitely got a great run here now. Showing Mark Maffitt in 8th place as they're sitting right now. And his partner going way down low to get by him, and those two switching up. Nice switch. Good job.
Yeah, that was a nice switch from those two drivers.
And right back on the tail of them. Back here, right behind him, Mark Brown coming up on the back of him really quick. It looks like him and Mikey Earnhardt, 10th and 11th. Okay, let's get back up here to the front. Cody Sievert's still leading them around. He's led, coming to the line, going to be led 10 laps so far in this race. But nobody's led as much as Mark Maffitt. Mark Maffitt's led 32 laps so far in the race today. 18 laps to go, so we're getting down to it here, Ed.
Yeah, we sure are, Lee. What a great race these guys having today at Talladega. A lot of lead changes, man. That's just awesome racing.
Sure thing. I mean, it's just amazing. Sean Butler's still praying for a caution. Anything that he could do to get a caution here, I don't think he might throw a cup out the window or something to debris on the track, you know. God, don't tell him that. He'll be doing it sometime. Yeah, here's a piece
throwing his water bottle out there.
Yeah, here's a water bottle. Oh, debris on the track. Officials better throw the caution. Well, I'm going to go back through the field here in 2nd. Tor Hellebo. Not sure if these guys are going to be able to make it all the way or not. I don't know. In 3rd, David Adamson. 4th, Rod Ronimus. 5th, Donald Sadusky. Dale Gravel now 6th. Joe Hernandez back here in 7th. Robbie Williams 8th. Mark Maffitt 9th. Those two switching up again. They're trying to stay up there in case those leaders do have to pit. But I'll tell you what, Ed, they are creeping up on them front guys. They've gained about 10 seconds on these guys, or 9 seconds. I don't know how they've done that.
I know. I was looking at Mark Matthew there and Robert Williams there, where they were 30 seconds back. You look at that. Now it's like Mark Matthews down to 26.9 seconds. They're cruising.
Yeah, they are cruising. They've got a pretty good pack working together there, and nose to tail, and that's what it's going to take to run these leaders down. Now they're creeping down right to the 20-second flat mark behind the leaders. And still
boy, they're cruising.
Yeah, still no sign up front of anybody making any move to come down Pit Road. but we are going to try to stay right on it. Coming to the line is going to be 15 laps to go, Ed. So they're getting right after it. 1 caution so far today.
Better watch these front leaders because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they may try to push it right to the very end, and we may see some guys run out of gas on the last lap.
We might have.
Because as far as I know, you can get about 38 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel. And if that's the case, these guys have made 2 pit stops. They may be borderline to it. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how this is going to work out for these guys. Sean Butler up here just pushing the daylights out of Cody Sievert. And right behind him in second, there, Tor Hellebo. These guys, I don't know, they're just kind of cruising right now. They may be trying to save a little fuel.
Yeah, I think so, dude.
They're just trying to stay into the lead or into the pack here to keep the draft. All right, looks like Cody Sievert and Sean Butler do switch up. And I think Sean's found him a good drafting partner there, Ed. Tor Hellebo comes right up on the back bumper and had to check up or hit Cody Sievert. Tor Hellebo would like to get up there and push Cody Sievert, I believe, to the win and probably throw Sean Butler out of the equation, even though Sean is a lap down, and looks like Cody's doing a good job working with him.
Oh, awesome. We shot somebody to work with today.
Yeah, that's a good thing because it's brought Sean. Let's see, Sean Butler's still running in the 16th position, but he's right actually at the tail end of the lead lap, being just ahead of our leader, Cody Sievert. All right, let's go back here and see Mark Maffett now running in 10th. This group still having a good race amongst all of them back here. And this is for, this would be for, I believe, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. All these guys running nose to tail. This is about the battle of the track right now.
Oh, it sure is, really. I mean, these guys are really flying at 23.8 now. Yeah. Second dropping.
William Keogh leading this pack around on the low line here in the number 38. Oh, Paul Doucette. Them two looks like they're going to switch up here coming to the line. Paul Doucette had to peel off of William Keogh. Now going to go back up the hill and pick him up and try to keep that position, but it looks like the number 5 there of Jonathan Taylor going to take over that pack, being pushed by the 64 of Cecil Renee. William Keogh going back, clear back to 15th after that, just making that pass. That's how quick it happens.
Well, I just watched, dude, I didn't interrupt you. I was watching Mark Matthew and his partner there, Robert Williams. They're working on the high side and making it through wide now. They're often racing from these drivers.
Yeah, these guys are really throwing out a good show here today. Coming to the line, going to be 10 laps to go, Ed, this time by. And they're really getting after it. 1 caution so far today. All right, so looks like Donald Sadusky going to be back in 4th now after these guys get all settled out. David Adamson in 3rd. Tor Hellebo in 2nd, trying to hang right on to the back bumper of Cody Sievert. And I think this is going to be the battle right here coming to the line for the last lap. If those two stay where they're at, we're going to have to see if Tor's got something for our leader, Cody Sievert, coming on the last lap. They may try to get something working. But we've got the 19 of Donald Sadusky and Rod Ronimus up on the high side working together now. Wishing they could get a couple more folks up there working with them, and they might be able to make something go up on that high line.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Where they get these trucks up towards the front there.
Yeah, Dale Gravel now down on the low line, right behind the 07 of David Adamson. Dale Grayville not wanting to get off of the back bumper him at all. So Cody Sievert going back to third just that quick. As now we got the 19 out front of Donald Sadusky. First time he's been out front today.
Well, if you hold it there, that low side is right pushing right by him.
Yeah, we're seeing Cody Sievert just push a daylights out of Sean Butler there. Sean being a lap down. Well, he's on the tail end of the lead lap just ahead of the leader. I keep saying that, but I just want to let the viewers know that that's Sean Butler in the 88. There is a lap down vehicle. So, all right, so coming to the line, it's going to be Cody Sievert this time. Going to be registered as our new leader, Tor Hellebo in second. And I think Donald Sadusky wants to try to get back up there and do that again, but he don't want to do it too early. You know, that's the thing. But he does want to get up there.
He sure does.
8 laps to go. This time by going to be 7 to go.
Boy, that fuel. When these guys run that fuel, the strength of that fuel in these trucks.
We've had 30 lead changes, 1 caution. Amazing. Tell me these guys haven't been practicing all week for this, Ed.
Oh, they sure have. I can see they have.
These guys have really been practicing. And, you know, they run around each other all the time. So, and again, like we said, you know, at the beginning of the show, that it's, you know, that's what it takes. These guys, they run around each other race after race after race, and they know who they can side draft off of. They know who they can push and safely. They know who they can pass safely. And that means a lot out on the track here.
Oh, you bet, really. I mean, especially the side draft, you gotta know what that driver's doing every second. And you gotta push my door in, or am I gonna push his door in? I mean, it's just tough racing. I bet they're white knuckling it right now, really. I mean, you're gonna have 7 to go here.
Yeah, Dale Grayville kind of falling off the pace a little bit back there. I'm not sure what happened there, whether he lost the draft of David Adamson. He's kind of fallen back just a touch. Let's go back here, back through it a little bit, and see Dale Grayville. He's leading this back part of the field, pulling around Brogan Lant and Kevin Savory. And these guys want to get up here because this time by is going to be 5 laps to go, and 5 laps to go. Now's the time to go. They've got to get these things in high gear and go. Gas is on the right there, boys.
Oh. There's the warp right there. Oh, some of these guys are going pit there.
Yep. Yeah, see that?
The 19 blinked out, boy. You got some damage.
Oh boy. Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage on that rear now, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him any so far.
Yeah, 10-4.
He may be a little bit squirrely in the turns because it could have maybe knocked his aerodynamics out just a little bit, Ed. But look at this here. Brogan Lant, Kevin Savory have caught up to these guys. And look at all what we have here. Sean Butler, a lap-down truck, leading all of these leaders around.
Oh, 10-4 on that, really. They're doing a great job out there.
Coming to the line is going to be 4 laps to go, and nobody's pitting. They're gonna push it.
They're pushing the envelope.
If they run out of gas, so be it. But they're pushing it. Cody Sievert in the hot seat right now, and I don't know, Ed. I wouldn't want to be in that seat, would you?
No, I don't know, boy. I'd be shaking right about now, Rudy.
He may be trying to keep that engine cool, and
oh, the 19's loose.
Oh man. Wow. What's going on with him?
He looked like he got kind of hooked on the front of that 74 bumper a little bit. And boy, he was all out of shape. That rear spoiler might be messing with him a little bit there, really. He got a little damage off that rear spoiler, and that might be a little wind off there doing a little number on the back of that truck.
Definitely.
The 3's going to come up on that high side there. He's going to have the 18 work with him. Let's see what happens here. 4 laps to do it.
And we've got, Brogan Lant clear up on the high side now, taking over. Rod Ronimus up on the high side. Look at this here. The run that him and Brogan Lant got from that.
They're clear. They're clear at the bottom.
And they're going to come down, and Rod Ronimus going for the win.
It sure is, man. Holy crap. That was a good run.
Yeah.
Ooh, the 19's lifting way up the hill.
And Brogan Lant going down to the inside, switching up with his partner here. And is he going to go back up the hill to pick him up? Yes, he is.
Well, I don't know if that's the right move there, really. I would have stayed at that low line and dripped off the gas a little bit.
I see him on my list. I don't even have Brogan Lant on my list. What the heck's up with that?
We don't know, buddy. 99. We're on 99. Here we go.
Oh, we've got some dancing around back there, and that's going to throw a clinker into the works. Rod Ronimus, our leader.
Sean Butler pitting there, running out of gas.
Yep. So these guys, we may see some changes here coming up. It looks like Tor Hellebo going to be our new leader right now, with Rod Ronimus up on the high side.
Oh, 74's out of gas.
Oh, I told you these guys were going to push it. Final lap. Rod Ronimus, Dale Rod Ronimus is out of gas. Dale Gravel. Dale Gravel going for the win here. He's just cruising to the win easily. No, he's out of gas.
David Gravel's out of gas.
Oh my God, Kevin Savory. Let's get up here to Kevin Savory. Where the heck did he go? He's still, Dale Gravel still showed as our leader right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to coast around and take this win or not. It looks like no.
Who's going to win this thing, Rudy? I don't know. Everybody's out of gas.
I don't know, but Dale... I don't know if Dale Gravel's going to win it. I can't tell who the winner is right now. Mark Maffett. Mark Maffett wins it.
Mark Maffett didn't win that, man, because everybody else ran out of gas.
I'm telling you, that was amazing.
That was really close, man.
Amazing finish.
Mark Matthew, Robert Williams. Remember I was telling you those guys are going to win this race, and I was right.
Yes, sir. All right, well, we're going to see if we can get down here in a minute.
Will Kehoe takes the 3rd spot.
See if we can get down here in a minute and get a word in with Mark Maffett today. Let me know when it's clear, Ed.
Okay.
I'll take first and you can take second, and I'll do third. How's that?
Okay, bud.
All right. I thought Steve was in here to help us, but I don't know what his deal was. Maybe he went to sleep.
No, I'm here. You guys were already involved. I didn't know how to put myself into the mix, so
just step right in there, Steve.
Yeah.
I just watched. If a caution would have came out, I was watching that pack there in the back. If a caution would have came out or something happened, I was going to say something.
Well, we're going to ask you for your comment at the end, so get ready.
Okay.
Everybody congratulating everybody out here.
Copy.
Guys,
Okay, I think Channel
Mark Maffett, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Rudy. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. Hey, I get to talk to you twice today, but great job out there. Congratulations on your win. Did you think that them guys were going to run out of fuel? Because there was a whole pile of them that ran out of fuel on the last lap. And tell us about your race today.
Well, me and my partner had a great race. Started 1-2 up front. Ran well. We're pitted, did our first pit stop at lap 31. We were leading actually when the first caution came out at lap 58, which we really did not want to see. Had about a 4-second lead at that point. That was a real, in between kind of time for the caution to come out. It wasn't really close enough to make it from there. We kind of knew it. So we stopped a few laps later, about 10 laps later, and took on about 3 gallons of gas. We're good to go from there. We didn't know. I did not think anybody else could make it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was right on the edge of our seats as everybody was running out of gas coming to that. We thought Dale Gravel was going to coast around here to bring the win, but you blew by him like he was standing still. But great job out there today, Mark. Give a shout out to all your fans and friends and family watching, buddy, and give a big thank you to whoever you want to thank.
10-4. Thank you, Rudy. Big shout out to Black Flag Racing, Dirty South Racing, Lee for putting these great races up. Great run among the pack that pitted with us at the same time. William Kehoe, Jonathan Taylor. Great big shout out to my partner here, Robbie Williams. A shout out to my racing buddy Lewis. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, guys.
All right, Mark. Well, congratulations again. Great race out there. Great show for everyone, but congratulations on your win today. Back to you there. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ed.
Okay, Rudy. Hey, Robbie Williams, you got a copy?
Yeah, it's for it.
Robbie, you and Mark just did an excellent job there. You guys were out there most of the time. They were up in the front there leading this race. You guys pitted. You ended up in the middle of the pack there. A bunch of guys just ran out of gas, and you guys got right back up there. I was telling Rudy up there, you guys pitted, earlier, and you're on you pit first time around, and the second time you guys pitted again. I said, you know what, these guys are going to win the race, and I was right, man, because once you pit there, these guys didn't pit. That front group did not pit. I knew something was going to happen. But me and Rudy were saying that those guys are going to run out of gas. So guess what? They ran out of gas. You got Mark up there to win the race. You guys worked together all day long, which is awesome. It was almost a caution-free race you guys had today. It would have been nice to have a caution-free, but one caution here, 100 laps. You guys, showed your stuff here at Talladega today, and it was just awesome watching you up in the booth, man. You guys did a wonderful job. You pulled Taylor along with you guys, Cecil, Dave Gravel with you guys. All you guys in that second pack there, just an awesome job you guys did. Do you want to give us a wave out and tell us a little bit about your racing today, Robbie?
I mean, we had a pretty good race, a great race actually. Seems like everything just came together, except for that little hiccup with the caution, which I hope that gets addressed because I don't think that was necessary. But for me and Mark, I mean, there was nothing that went wrong with us. We had everything fell right into our hands. I just want to thank Black Flag and Dirty South, and especially Mark. This thing just came together a couple weeks ago, and it seems to be working out real good.
Yeah, 10-4 on that, Robbie. Like I said, you guys just got a wonderful job today at Talladega, and it's glad to see you guys up there at the front there. And I knew it was going to happen anyway. So, congratulations again there, Robbie. A great one from both of you, all you guys out there today. Okay, back to you, Rudy.
William Kehoe, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, buddy. How's it going?
Pretty good from up here, and it looks pretty good. You come home third spot today. Did you expect that?
I didn't expect it, no, but it was. It feels great to be up here, man.
Well, it's good to see you on the podium for a change, William. You had a pretty good race today. Tell us a little bit about your race.
It was pretty clean. I was working with Nicholas Bissett for the whole entire race, and he did a great job pushing me up here to third place. Halfway through, I didn't know if, when that caution came out, if we were going to be good on gas, but we took a chance and we pitted right after Mark and Robbie.
Well, we only seen one mistake on pit road, and I don't recall who that was. The only one we seen, somebody did speed down pit road, and they did get a penalty, but great racing out there by everybody today. What do you think of this 100 laps with one caution? That's pretty amazing.
It's a great show, man. It goes to all the guys that we run with. They do a great job holding it together on the track.
Yeah, what did you think of the respect out there, and the guys give and take and things like that the guys got to consider? How do you think that went today?
There was definitely a lot of give and a lot of take on everybody's end. Everybody was really respectful, calling out their lines, letting everybody know what they were doing for the most part, checking up high, checking up low.
Yeah, don't you agree that communication amongst the drivers on the track is like a key here, especially at Talladega? You got to let people know what your intentions are, and communication between you and your teammates to go high, low, up the middle. What do you think about all that?
Communication is probably the biggest thing here, aside from holding your line. I think by letting everybody know what you're doing, where you're going, your teammates, it really keeps the cautions down to a minimum.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, again, congratulations coming home third, William. Great race by you, by first place. Congratulations to Mark there for coming in first, and Robbie second. But good race by everybody out there today. I've seen a lot of great racing side by side, a lot of respect, a lot of give and take. And but just good job by everybody out there today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Ed, let's take a look at the final results here as we get ready to close this broadcast out. Mark Mathick coming home the winner here today, and I believe he was our halfway winner.
Yes, he sure was, Rudy.
Yeah, you went back and looked at that, and he was our halfway winner. Robbie Williams coming in second. Those two outsmarted everybody on their pit stop, so great job by them. William Keogh third, Jonathan Taylor fourth, Cecil Renee fifth, Dale Gravel in sixth, coasting across the finish line to take a sixth-place finish. That's pretty awesome. Seventh was David Adamson. Eighth, Rod Ronimus. Ninth was Cody Sievert. 10th, Donald Sadusky. Brogan Launt in 11th, Kevin Savory 12th, Mark Brown in 13th, Mikey Earnhardt 14th, Gary Konzelman 15th, Rodney Smith 16th, Tor Hellebo 17th. These guys all run out of gas back here. Paul Doucette in 18th, Joe Hernandez 19th, Sean Butler finishing 20th. Had to make a late pit stop there and cost him a lot of positions. Eric Wortley 21st, Robert Vormwald in 22nd. Tim Marlowe, kind of disappointing to us up here in the booth, Ed, that Tim Marlowe had such a bad day today. We don't know exactly what happened, but finishing 23rd. Scott Amy 24th, David Whiteside 25th, Chad Ashley 26th, and Philip Carsley running out the field in 27th place. So, Ed, any last-minute comments on this race today?
Yeah, I sure do, Rudy. I think all the drivers did a wonderful job. We have a lot of give and take here. It's just wonderful, wonderful job. 100 laps here, Rudy. I cannot believe it. I was just amazed, even being here to watch it and broadcast 100 laps. Almost a caution-free race, Rudy. I can't get over it. I mean, we saw a green checkered flag. That was amazing all by itself. Usually don't get that much anywhere we go, Rudy. And that was just amazing all by itself, bro. And it's good to be with you in the booth, Rudy. As far as Steve didn't say much, I don't know what's going on with you, Steve, today, but we had a good time up at the booth anyways without you. If you didn't want to say nothing.
And he's got his mic muted again, so I guess he doesn't want to have a last-minute comment on this race.
Yeah. No, I guess not. But all in all, Rudy, it was just great being,
you can't
like
hear
I
me?
said. Yeah, we hear you. Let me finish up. It's just wonderful being in the booth with you guys, Rudy. Week after week, you do a wonderful job, Rudy. And like I said, folks, if you want to go get some racing done, go to DirtySouthRacing.com. They're looking for clean drivers. Be part of their team. Good outfit. They won't do you wrong. All right, Rudy, back to you.
All right. Well, Steve, you watched the race there, didn't have much to comment on. Now we're asking you for your comment. How do you feel this race went today?
Well, I kind of got here a little late there. He must have advanced the session there. I came in with already on lap 12, so I didn't really want to butt in. Now, I watched about 10 laps and my phone rang. I had a little emergency and I had to take off, but I came back at about lap 56 and just sat right around there by the 12th position watching that pack of 6 trucks. Kind of, boy, it was pretty exciting. Lots of cooperation between those guys. Only a couple times did they touch. It was really good racing. Then towards the end there, with about 4 to go, I jumped back up front with you and got to watch there when it got to the end. The guys kind of running out of gas, and I had to hit it right on the nail for the guys that pitted out of sequence and get that extra fuel. It was pretty exciting, even though I missed a little bit of it. Really good race, and the guys really looked professional out there. Lots of give and take, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed watching.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in here at Max Speed TV, and we will have another broadcast going up here probably within about an hour and a half. And that will be with IWCR, so stay tuned here at Max Speed TV. We'll be back at you here in just a little bit. Thanks for watching here with Dirty South Racing Group. Great race, and congratulations to Mark Maffitt on his win here. 100 laps at Talladega. Great job, great race. 1 caution, and I believe I did pop that up one time. I just kind of wanted to cover that. 34 lead changes. So pretty amazing. All right, well, that'll wrap it up for this session, and we will see you in a little bit with another one.